Okay, I should be back. And we are going to start. Thank you, Freak. We're going to start the first game in this series of 2.5 games, practically. It's supposed to be a horror game, but rather than a bit like Amnesia, if you're familiar with it, rather than focusing on gore, blood, all that stuff, it's more on the psychological side. So you cannot defeat enemies. You can only run or hide or temporarily stun them, and it's supposed to have a deep story, a well-written story, but we'll see. I have already checked the options, so we'll start. I'd say normal. My story began in February, year 2000, and I'll stop reading now because he's going to read.
For my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it, so when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions,
This is
pleas for forgiveness.
a British accent, right?
I don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland.
Northern Greenland?
It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised
British.
my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
So dead mother, possibly dead father. Finally, we're almost docked. I'd better stow my gear. I may be far from home, but chances are I can still pick things up using left mouse, and I can take a closer look at things using right mouse. So, the peculiar thing about this game is that, we're moving. So, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of screen tearing, but I can see from the live stream that it's perfect on your screen, so I might actually look at the live screen rather than my screen, because there's a lot of tearing on mine. Anyway, I was saying, the peculiar thing about these games is that there's a lot of physics involved. So basically, for example, I can, pick this bottle, throw it, or I can maybe even launch it. Actually, more like throw it. And for example, if I want to access that chest over there, I need to move the chair. A document. Dearest Eric, just a quick note before you set sail and leave me once again. I've left you a little something to remember me by in the chest at the foot of your bed. I really don't know why you still only have one bed on board, taking shifts because of it. Taking shifts because of... Let me understand this, the structure of this sentence. I really don't know why you still only have one bed on board. I mean, taking shifts because of it is no way to get your rest. I don't get the point. Anyway, I think that's how the sentence is. But what does a fisherman's wife know of life at sea? I'll be praying every night for you to make the catch you need, so that you can come home to me safely and soon. Please don't be gone for 5 weeks like last time. I know I might nag sometimes, but I do love you, you know? I washed those overalls of yours. I know you'll get them covered in assorted fish parts in no time, but I still feel better knowing they've had a wash. Before I forget, the Harrington in the village have asked me to see if you'll be coming by any trout, but I said they were... I almost sounded British for a second. They were mostly out of season. If you do happen upon any, don't say anything, just tow them well in the ice, and I'll do something special with them to celebrate when you come home to me. The ship's captain deserves a little special treatment once in a while. Take care, my love. Okay. Alright. The notebook we still technically don't have, because the first thing you're supposed to do in the game is to pick up the notebook here. Always good to have a notebook to jot down interesting information and reminders. Yes, now I do have my notebook. Hey, Power Player Forever. Nice for you to stop by. And I was just trying to... Okay. So this is a horror game, so probably it's not going to be interesting for you. Unless you want to see me getting scared, but... it's probably not going to happen for a while, because I guess I'm still in the introduction. It will take a while. Can I break it? Is this like Campbell's soup, tomato soup? I don't know. No. So. And we have our flashlights. Oh yeah, you have the rehearsal with the band, right? It's Friday. I'm not. Have a great night too. Say hi to the others from me, if that's where you're going. Extra batteries to power my flashlights, and a glow stick with G. I think that's all. I don't think we can open this sack. Yeah, that should be everything I need. I want to get going before dark. Okay. Go away. I like the fact that it actually rolls on the floor. Oh, can I? No. The step of the boat, setting out into the blizzard that had formed around me, I realized how utterly devoted I'd been to the discovery of my father's past. I had no idea what to expect. Soon enough, my concerns were justified. I don't know whether I lost my orientation or my spirit first, but I lost feeling in my extremities soon after, and new hypothermia was setting in. I started looking for shelter. That's bad. So cold, don't know where I am. Need shelter soon. Okay. Okay, I can run. My entire head went numb a long time ago, but I can still hear the wind roaring past. Or is that some kind of animal? You don't want to know. These are rocks? Yeah, but... Okay, so I can use the right mouse button to throw things, but why would I want to throw this rock? Ah, okay, this is interact mode. Okay, to do this. So basically I guess there are two modes, viewing mode and interact mode, which basically blocks my view and I can move around my hand freely. And with a lot of effort, I can, I guess, move this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Jeez, my head, I can't believe I fell that far and survived. But looking around, maybe I didn't. What is this place? It did fall. Sort of. heavy looking wooden bar. Could be anything inside it. Let's check. I cannot open it. Can I? No. Empty boxes of ammunition. What is this place? It sounds like a military shelter or something. I'm already regretting this very, very much. Let me tell you. Steel rod. It's a 24-hour ration pack long past its sell-by date. Some food. A flare. Okay. Again, more boxes of ammunition. Some shells. More rations that I cannot use. So this room seems to be over. Oh, another flare. Door. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, it's nothing. Emergency exit procedures. Okay. Oh, turn them. Okay, so 53% battery power left. My god. I have a glow stick, a notebook, a flashlight. Shame it's so old, it drains a couple of batteries in an hour. That's the lamest excuse ever for a video game flash battery. Flashlight, not flash battery. A padlock, a steel rod, and a flare. I wonder if the flare, I can keep them in my hands or I have to throw them. We'll see. Ooh, it's very... It's stuck. There must be something in my way. Okay, so what do you suggest we do? There's a passage maybe here. No, but there's another flare. I don't know if you can see anything right now. Yeah, you can sort of make out some stuff. So, it's stuck. Maybe I can use a steel rod to jam through it somehow. Oops. Christ, what am I thinking? I don't know, I just wanted to open the door. So let me see, it's stuck. There seems to be something. Okay. So I cannot really do anything about it. I can throw something over there, but I don't know what good it would make. So let's just check. All this, yeah, they won't pull off with a bare hand, so there's... Oh, here we... Can I? Ah, there we go. Nope. What do you need for that? A steel rod seem to be enough for me. Oh, I can jump too. That's cool. Oh, I didn't even see that this... Let's see, I can swing this hammer if I hold left mouse. I can make a backswing by pulling the mouse right, and then follow through by pushing left. The opposite works too, pulling back and pressing. I reckon if I hold down right mouse after the backswing. So... But I have to equip it, I guess. Ah, okay. I have to hold... A bit like silver. Now I can... Okay. There we go. Ah, what a great idea this was. The heck? Lost myself. Okay, this is... Okay. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. This looks like some kind of industrial mechanism, although there's a hole in the center and no way to operate it. Also, there's some sanity mechanism. Okay. So this is the door we couldn't open before, right? I have to have my hands free if I want to interact with stuff. Okay, at least we go with this. Okay, now. Okay, nope, nope, nope. That was really uncalled for and impolite. And I will forward my... This hatch is seriously solid. It won't open by hand. Someone obviously wanted to keep people out or in. I do have a steel rod, but I doubt how's that going to work. I don't know, you tell me. I don't think that the hammer is going to do any good. No. There's something I'm missing. I guess I have to operate this mechanism somehow. Maybe I need to put a steel rod inside. Yes, I do. I mean, it's not like I had many alternatives. I'm sorry if I'm being so talkative, but that's my defense mechanism in these games. Alright. I put it in, now I have to operate it. Okay, I'm turning it. Okay. No. All the way to the other side. Are we sure we want to go down there? I mean... Whatever it was descending into, it was 100 feet below ground, protected by 2 solid metal hatches, located in a remote Arctic wilderness, and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something I hadn't felt since I was a child. I'd never given it much thought before, but I realized that our entire society is a network of safety nets, emergency services at the end of a phone line, health and safety in the workplace, friends, family, lovers, all there if something goes wrong. Part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most... Oh, okay, all there if something goes wrong. Part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a closing ring of older kids, knowing anyone that might help me. Friends, parents, teachers, who are just scared or too far away. I really don't like... No, fisherman's... No, it didn't write anything. The entrance to the cave has caved in. There must be another way out. There could be anything living down here. Heroics are for Hollywood actors and fairy tales. I'm not taking any chances. If I face off against anything down here, I won't last a second. Caution and stealth are my only defenses now. What time is it? Oh, it's only 13 past 9. And I've planned this until 11 o'clock. I'm the best. Oh, I didn't read. Sorry. What did you say? My best bet is to hide for a couple of seconds or so, perfectly still, that'll make it properly hidden. Okay. Like that, I'll be virtually invisible, and after some time I should get my night vision back, provided I stay still. Okay, so this is not me getting crazy, it's my night vision. Not as heavy as it looks, so still it should serve as some form of weapon if I have to defend myself. Against what? And what were you talking about? The barrel? How can I use a barrel as a weapon? I mean, I cannot... Okay, this is the map. I would jot it down if I were you, but... because now I have to remember it. So let's go to the office first. See if there's something. So this is supposed to be the office, exactly. I really feel uncomfortable playing such games, I'll be honest with you guys. So much history in this place tied up in words and left to decompose. What can you do about it? Is there anything inside? I don't think so. What is this? Backstrain. I have no idea what backstrain is. Let me check. Never heard the word in my life. That's because it doesn't exist. There's back trim, but no backstring. It's a medicine and an antibacterial, but a bottle of backstring might come in handy. Maybe that they couldn't call it back trim for right reasons, and it's backstring. 15th, oh, great things to read and waste time with. 15th August 1945, Command Bunker, Emergency, Airstrip Zulu, weekly report. Another unremarkable week in Greenland, regular supply shipment received, standard emergency drills carried out, routine runway maintenance completed. I have ordered maintenance be carried out twice weekly from here on in due to increased snowfall. One wounded. The one wounded figure is no cause for concern back in London. The Germans haven't extended the front line by 4,000 miles. 2 of my men were caught manufacturing cherry bombs in our workshop armory and succeeded in blowing off a couple of fingers. I take partial responsibility for this in that I allowed them access to the demolitions manual we keep in the storeroom. So, from this I get storeroom, demolitions manual. And I'm sure that's where they learned the ingredients. As a precautionary measure, I have now locked up that manual in the chest in my office. Okay, never mind. And will keep the key on my person at all times. Great! So now we have to find a corpse, basically. Possibly. Needless to say, both men have been disciplined, and the injured man has been sent home for medical care. I cannot help but think that a more suitable punishment would have been for him to stay out here, but the matter is out of my hands. This base is so disconnected sometimes, I feel as if this war could end and we might not even hear about it out here. That's a possibility. Supplies requisition order. Dynamite for excavation purposes, 7 bayonets. Not necessary in my opinion, but procedure states we should have a full complement. 1 industrial ice pick for removing the damn ice that forms on the external hatch. 1 pair of reading glasses, category 7C, an order for myself. My glasses are in rather poor state of repair and could do with replacing. Reconditioning of the mine continues to progress. The structure is being fortified from potential bomb damage, and excavation of previously caved-in areas is going ahead. 1 point of curiosity is some kind of archaeological find, an artifact buried in the earth and discovered by one of the work teams. Later this evening, after martial duty, I shall take a closer look at the artifact. It appears to be man-made and may have working parts inside. I shall remove what looks like the front cover and see if I can discover the source of the light which constantly emanates from it. Chief NCO and Major. Okay. Oh, this is a man. An old man clutching something unseen. He is strange, and yet he is no stranger. Never seen before. Still I know this man before me is Howard. I call him Father. Okay. What the hell? What just happened? I don't know if that was such a good idea. Will you stop second-guessing everything I do? Thank you. If second-guessing is the word, but kind of... Ooh, batteries. That's cool. So now we are at 43. But we do have batteries. Where are they? Are you telling me we were at less than 43 before? Typewriter. Can I save my game? Haha, get it. This typewriter dates back even further than the war, made in Germany in 1923. Empty. What is this? Beef jerky. Crap, now I want beef jerky. Documents. More beef jerky. Yeah, I need a key. Flare? Oh, there's light coming from above. painkillers. Cool. So now I guess we have to go to the... Oh, I don't like these noises. I hate these noises. Okay, so I can move my vision and still be in night vision. But when I start moving... Large wooden box, thank you! Oh, I didn't see this. The music really doesn't help, like, at all. And the problem is that the fact that I can see so little makes me kind of get closer to the screen with my face to try and make out more stuff rather than squinting with my eyes. And that's exactly what the developers want you to do when they throw out their jump scares at you. Storage room workshop. I guess the storage room is our first stop. What the heck is that over there? It looks like some kind of brain, but probably it's just rocks. So, okay, we are there. Explosive northern area with a typo. There's an R missing at the end. Workshop. So the workshop is beyond this thing. And the storage room. So first the storage room. Yeah. And there's someone calling me, but... Okay, let me just see if this number is a fake number for telemarketing or whatever. Just a second. Okay, here I am. Yeah, I was legit, but still not going to call him back now. So, back to game. Storage room. You know, the fact is that I do remember seeing, back when YouTube was first starting actually, there were people doing playthrough of this game. Or the sequel, I don't remember which one. And the fact is that I do remember there being some enemies, like sort of animated corpses and dogs. But I don't remember which was from which game, you know? I do think we will face dogs, because I seem to remember that beef jerky has to be used to, you know, bait them away. So I am like 99% blind in that. I've never played this. I've seen some parts being played like 10 years ago, so I don't remember anything. I do everything I remember from this game or the sequel because I've been sort of mixing them up. These dogs, a giant rockworm, earthworm, whatever you want to call it, which is probably going to roam around these places, and that's pretty much it. And the glow sticks, actually, the glow sticks I did remember. You know, as with most horror games with such monsters, what actually scares me is this paraffin lamps. There's some juice left, so use it. Storage. The thing that really scares me is the uncertainty, not knowing what the enemies are going to be, where are they coming from, because in the end we are still talking about a computer game, so a game where enemies are just patterns of artificial intelligence, monsters that roam from point A to point B and back, or they react to your actions, and they are scripted to appear when you do something, when you reach a certain place, when you open a certain door. So, but right now I don't know anything about that. They could be completely random, they could be scripted to appear at certain places, and I'm probably going to scream like a schoolgirl as soon as the first one appears. So this is a storage room. Do you really need to close them? That I'm hearing like they sound like bugs. Lots isn't written like that. Lots of paper boxes with rusty nails. Oh, rusty nail. That was a dog salivating. That was a dog salivating. You can hear him too, right? Just a second, I want to see who left. Ok. Ok, il freak è andato, quindi torno sull'italiano. Questo è un cane, palesemente, è un cane. Che fa tipo... se non fosse vuoto. No, non lo voglio fare sta cosa. Ah, quindi probabilmente il rumore del... è tipo lui che si gratta? No, voglio richiuderla. Che tu dici, anche se fosse, è un cane. There's a draft coming from the base. Ma non posso... Ah! Oh mamma. This trap door must lead deeper into the rock, to some kind of basement. Però posso usarla? Sì, ma forse non ancora perché questa che rompe. Io ok, minchia. Usarla perché sennò siamo già al 39%. Se no qualcuno abbia rimosso la scala da questi ganci con una sega molto poco affilata. Io non vedo cani, però li sento. Ma magari sopra. C'è che è entrato? Non vedo chi è entrato. Sembra che questo sottocoso sia frenato alcuni anni fa. Qualcosa ha scavato qui molto di recente. Cristo, che cavolo di creatura può aver fatto queste... Ma davvero vogliamo farlo? Vaffanculo. È un ragno? Non mi piacciono i ragni, guarda. Ah? Devo riportare... Mi giro e mi inculano, no? Ma devo riportare all'inizio? Ma non ci riuscirò mai a mettere... Ok, grazie. Sempre chi è arrivato. Strano, perché mi dà che siamo in due, ma... A parte i soliti bot di te, non vedo nessun altro. Devo aggiornarsi la lista. Il mio spirito da giocatore mi impone di dare un'occhiatina. No, ci sono già. Ok, tu penso sei il corpo del tizio che ha la chiave della... Ah, roba da leggere. Minuti da perdere. I begin this record, still in the hope that the great work we have undertaken here might one day be of scientific value, despite the chaos which has ensued in the 6 hours previous. My aim is to remain secure until what help there may be arrives, and to that end I have barricaded myself into a small workshop area, independent part of the mine. Ecco perché c'era la parte barricata. I hope that the meager food rations here will keep me alive, and that those I hide from will not jeopardize that. Perhaps this mine really is cursed. It's almost precisely 30 years since the incident that brought us here, and now 40 years on, fate has struck again. Day 3. I forecasted that today the rescue crews would arrive, but I can only hypothesize, because guess was too mainstream as a verb, that they would be unaware of my location, and hence busy themselves evacuating the other survivors. If they have not arrived by tomorrow, I will go out in search of them. My first mistake was to make assumptions on the manner of rescue. My second mistake was to make assumptions on the safety of this mine. My third mistake was to act on both those assumptions in going outside of my safe haven. My best estimate is that I left the workshop where I was secured about 2 days ago in search of aid, and I have found only danger. I approached the old living quarters, but curiously could find no sign of life whatsoever. I returned in what I thought was the direction from which I had come, but soon found myself in an unfamiliar locale. Confused sorry, but focused, I attempted to make my way home, but found myself threatened by some species of feral creature, which seems to have made this old mine its home. Although the specimen bore significant interest to me, I chose to retreat, only to find myself outmaneuvered and outnumbered by the beasts. I turned and ran, injuring my ankle in the process, which I believe now is most likely a sprain rather than a fracture. Well, that's better, isn't that? For some time I cowered and fled into the dark, but a few hours ago I discovered a door leading to a smaller disused part of the mine, the key for which I still have in my pocket. Within that area I discovered this storeroom, and I think it should keep me safe for some time. This place is a maze. My lesson learned, I will not venture out again until I am certain the area is safe. Day 19. Rescue seems increasingly unrealistic. Supply is diminishing. Lots of spiders in this place. I do not like spiders. I actually don't mind spiders. I caught one of the accursed 8-legged beasts nestling in my open mouth when I woke up this morning. Okay, that's not nice, even if you don't mind spiders. In my surprise, I swallowed it. It's not so much the act of swallowing which concerns me, but the genus of arachnid. It would be unlikely that a cave-dwelling spider would be venomous to any significant degree. I guess that's a good point. But the possibility troubles me all the same. Day 35. Any known venom would have affected me by now, and so today is the first minor cause for celebration I have had since the incident. But by lucky coincidence, this revelation also means I have discovered a virtually inexhaustible supply of nutrition. I intend to venture in... Oh, because you now found out you can eat spiders. Cool. I intend to venture into the basement beneath this storeroom in the name of science to discover more about this creature's natural habitat. Okay, so the storeroom was the one we were above. Day 50. For 4 days now, I have been surviving solely off the quite considerable sustenance provided by the spiders. For some time, I was struggling to gather enough of the crunchy little morsels. However, Lady Luck smiled on me once more when the batteries in my torch died, and I made a second life-saving finding. The creature's natural habitat is the dark. With my light now diminished, I need only lie still for a few minutes, and I will have attracted enough of the beasts for a rather hearty meal. Ok, so basically he's telling me, cioè praticamente mi sta dicendo che se col buio li attiri. There. Dry dusty old bags, ok. Quindi se io spengo la torcia arrivano. Ma se la tengo... A horrible sight. Luckily it's mummified, or else the smell would have been awful. Ma cos'è? È un cane? No. Sì, è un cane, uno di quei cani. Ok. Questo potrebbe separare la carne dall'osso in un istante. C'è la scala. Qui torniamo anche perché non ho più. Vaffanculo te la porta di tua madre. Ma qui o qui c'è un cane, quindi bloccata. Qui c'è un cane. Locked from the other side. Does that mean that someone is still inside? I can hear chattering. Thank God. Ah, oh, quindi è un chattering tipo uno che ha freddo, tipo... Eh... non l'ho visto. L'opera di un bambino o di una mente malata? Ok. È quello che ho appena fatto. Tre sassi, spostali, puoi spostare la scala, e puoi spostare la cassa e scendere. Ma in realtà, scusa, è molto meglio il glow stick della torcia. E il vapore fa male, sì. Coso più accendino, che non ho. Fuel più accendino, sì. Abbastanza bloccato. Io penso che mi fermerei qui per la serata. E... perché non ho idea di cosa... Ah, qui non sono andato, non ho detto. Ok. Esploriamo questa stanza prima di... Painkillers, batteria. Sì, ma non me la ricarica di niente. Vino. Cos'è questo? It was different, but at the same time, like I had more control, but over what? Non so, forse sono i salvataggi questi. We never get used to that. Ma il glow stick è infinito perché sarebbe una figata, cioè la torcia non la uso più io. Ah, non è che il backstream, no, not quite right. Non è che tipo... Ah no, non c'è il buco, se no gli lanciavo sopra una pietra. Oh, che cazzo. Ah, aspetta. No, niente. Ho sperato per un secondo che tipo avesse dentro una chiave. Niente, dai, io per ora mi fermerei qua. Tanto penso che se sei come un ninja, questi sono i salvataggi. E proviamo ad andare avanti una prossima volta, dai, cerco di non farmela troppo addosso, perché veramente, veramente non sono per niente a mio agio a giocare a giochi simili. E più che altro perché non so veramente cosa aspettarmi, questa è la cosa che odio di più. Cioè, è un odio buono, nel senso che è un senso di paura che il gioco ti deve mettere, in effetti. Comunque, dai. Mi fermo qui e ci vediamo domani, non mi ricordo più che ora, ma di mattina, penso alle 10, ma potrei sbagliarmi. Facciamo un po' di Chrono Trigger e poi ci vediamo alle 8 e mezza, forse no, alle 8 di sera, che facciamo un po' di Commander King, perché poi andremo a salutare un altro streamer che conosco, che farà anche lui una serata dedicata ai giochi Apogee e Free Realms. Quindi introdurremo la sua live con giocando a Commander King, da me uno dei miei giochi preferiti di quando ero bambino, e poi andremo a fargli un saluto. Quindi dai, io per oggi vi saluto e niente, chi vuole presentarsi domattina verso le 10 mi pare, ma controllate la programmazione, ci facciamo un po' di Chrono Trigger che lo portiamo avanti, così quando lo finiamo porteremo Chrono Cross. Bene, E questo ce lo teniamo per qualche sera, con molta calma, perché sapete meglio di me che non mi piace lasciare le cose in sospeso, per cui volenti o nolenti in qualche modo lo si porterà avanti. Quindi per ora è tutto, io vi ringrazio, vi do una buona continuazione di serata, una buona notte e alla prossima.